You think it's a game?
660 with HipHopGamer.
Welcome to the 660, where gaming meets real talk. I'm your host, the GOAT of the game, HipHopGamer, bringing you the hottest in gaming culture. Today, we're diving into some epic throwback interviews and the latest game releases. So let's get it. J. Cole's impact on hip-hop is beyond words at this point. He's known for bridging the gap between the old school and the new school of hip-hop. In the culture today, he's mentioned as part of the big three with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. But in reality, he just doesn't want to let Nas down, and he didn't. J. Cole is one of the best artists to ever put lyrics on a sheet of paper, and now we're gonna learn more about him with this throwback interview on the 660 right now.
Now that you're in this position and stuff, you know, what would you tell someone coming up in the game, or someone that's probably not sure of what they of them following their dreams? Because a lot of people get scared to follow their dreams because so many people tell them different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have the courage to step out of that box. Like, what would you tell someone, you know, about stepping out that box and doing you, because you only got one life to live?
Yeah, I would see you just answer the question. For sure. Like, I would tell them all those things. Like, you gotta follow your heart. I'd rather try. Me personally, I would rather try to do something that I love and fail, rather than to just live life and always wonder, like, man, what would have happened had I tried? You know what I mean? And first of all, you never fail. Like, what's failure? You never fail until you quit. You know what I mean? That's when you fail. Like, everything else is just a lesson. I want to end my life feeling like I went for it. I don't want to end my life feeling like, you know, I left anything on the table. I don't want to do that. So I speak for myself, and hopefully they can see themselves in the same way.
Hey, I'ma put us all on the map. Gone and I ain't looking back. I know they gon' feel it like they take on me. I promise, baby, you can bet the bank on me. Cause ain't nobody tell me what I ain't gon' be no more. You thinking I'ma fall, don't be so sure.
Let's say you got 5 rappers on the track and you got 4 other rappers you can choose, dead or alive. Who would you want to, like, do a song with, like, on, like, your next album, something like that? Just imagine, dead or alive, 4 other rappers that you would love to have on track, and y'all just go hard. Go hard with the bars, like all of that.
Biggie.
Yeah. Brooklyn.
Pac. For sure. Eminem.
That's what I'm talking about. To like collapse or kill. Yo, don't get me hyped.
I got one more. Nas, but then I feel like it's so many New York rappers on this song, so I might do Andre 3000 just to
Andre 3000?
mix it up.
Oh my God. That dude is like ridiculous.
Yeah, it's next level, man. It's next level.
That's crazy. Like,
next
so
level.
I think that to see the future of hip hop mixed with the legends on a song, like, you know, just pick a verse, whatever, and since you produce and all that other stuff, I think if you actually did something like that, like, it'll bring like remembrance to the game in a way that's missing. The reason why I say that is because I was at Summer Jams and Wu-Tang hit the stage, and a lot of people wasn't like they didn't know some of the songs. It was crazy. So you can see that there's a lot of history that's out of touch.
Yeah, of course.
And because you're a new breed and you're in a big position, you have a good moment to bring that back.
I do think people need to know, like, you know, there's kids out there 14, 15 years old, 12, 13 years old, they love J. Cole and they into me and they into Drake, and, you know, but they don't know what it's like to, like, hear Mobb Deep album, or, like, you know what I'm saying, or to listen to UGK or even a Scarface album or them Outkast albums. Like, it's real cool and trendy to be like, yeah, Andre 3000 is the best, but there's so many kids that really don't know why that we saying that. You know what I mean? They don't know why we look at Nas the way we do. So I do think there's a history lesson that needs to be given, but one thing I can say is way better than what it used to be. Like in the 90s, if Rakim was coming out with an album, like, our generation, we was like, so what? You know what I mean? We ain't have much respect. You know what I mean? Because it's almost like the rappers in the 90s almost didn't show that respect. These days, I'm making a song that lets you know how I look at Nas, and, like, we praise these guys so much that the kids gotta respect them. You know what I mean? And I think in the 90s, we didn't know why Big Daddy Kane was so important and why these guys were so important. Now, you know, I feel like there's more of a connection than there was, at least back then. Also, because them dudes were so successful too.
Yo, real talk.
Word.
Jay, thank you so much for your time, son.
man.
Yo, this is J. Cole, man. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, y'all, let's talk about new games to look out for so far in 2024. Stellar Blade represents the best of both worlds when it comes to brutal, fast, hack and slash combat mixed with an elegant, sexy, classy character by the name of Eve. This game has a demo out right now on PlayStation 5. Don't talk about it, be about it, play it right now. We lit. Next up, no rest for the wicked is the Allen Iverson of video games. What do I mean by that? Okay, imagine taking the best ingredients from many different video games and putting it together all in one with your own spin on it, and you have one of the newest and freshest gameplay experiences on the market. You gotta play the early access of No Rest for the Wicked. Let's go! And lastly, we got Sandland. If you're a fan of anime, it's over. This game is the next generation of action RPGs in the world of anime, and it looks fire. It's open world, the battles is extra crazy, and this game seems to already be a franchise in the making with how polished it looks and feels. Stay tuned for more on this game on the 660. Jim Carrey is one of the greatest talents the world has ever experienced. From the classic In Living Color comedy sketches, along with films like Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, and most of all, how he raises his greatness through humility and love for others is hands down the most one-of-a-kind hard acts to follow presently in showbiz today. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Carrey on the 660.
Yeah, man.
Gosh. Jim Carrey,
We are all it is. We are all it is. And all of it is divine, my friend.
This is crazy. Yo, the first question I got for you is your role as Dr. Robotnik, Eggman, was incredible. You killed
Thank you.
But my question to you is, when did you realize that you mastered this character while you was getting into it?
You know, I really got to tone it down to be this guy because normally I'm pretty over the top. No, I think, you know, when I saw this character, I was like, okay, this is, first of all, he's going to evolve. You know, he's going to start out, first of all, with a 300 IQ. He's already ahead of the game. But, you know, he's a guy who's, you know, wasn't loved. Someone took his toys away. You know, someone gave him a big chip on his shoulder. And now, you know, he got to the mushroom planet. He lost the first battle. And you know what you do when you lose a battle? You shave your head because that's old energy and you don't want it anymore, right? That's loser hair, you know? So, and then he grows a mustache, which is an outward manifestation of his ego. And yeah, so I wanted it to be even bigger, like a seesaw, good and evil on either side, you know, doing the balance. But then he hit the mushroom planet, and obviously he didn't find the right mushrooms, because if he had, he wouldn't have come back.
Right.
But he came back guns blazing, looking for revenge, and he found that green emerald, man. And the green emerald took him to demigod status. You know, it took him to quantum evil, and that gave me the license to kill. You know, I was walking around. A lot of people wonder, what's your process? You know, and my process is I'm walking around my apartment in Vancouver in my underwear, you know, thinking about how this guy's going to talk and how the quantum energy is going to affect him. And then I go, oh, he's going to be blipping out of this place and, you know, snapping into that place. And he's going to be pushing the quantum envelope. You know, he's going to be talking like a synthesizer. You know, he's going to get people in the mood with the Moog, you know, kind of thing. So he's like, my game on that level, you know, he's like, so I called my director and he said, do it all, man, do it all. You have no rules. You're quantum at this point.
That's incredible, man. So look, I got 1 minute, so I got one more question for you, bro. Is there any weapon that wasn't in the movie or not even in the video games that if you can come up with for the actual character that you would like to introduce in the next movie or something like that, what would that be? What weapon would you use to destroy Sonic if you can create it?
Well, first of all, there's no weapon more terrifying than the human mind. But other than that, I think if he reaches a certain level of intelligence, he will take this mechanization of the world and he will internalize it. He will make a nanotechnology. He would have a digital readout. He'd be able to watch, the stats on whatever he's seeing and Google anything he wants on this eye, and this eye could be on the Food Channel. You know what I mean? And then he would probably shrink himself down and multiply himself into billions of nano cells and inject himself into people somehow, like in an aerosol or something like that, so that he could control the world. He could turn everyone into himself. He could get the whole world to co-sign his evil.
Yo, that's incredible. So look, that's my time. I gotta get ready and go. So on the count of 3, Jim Carrey, if you don't mind, if you can say Sonic 2, Furia Esports, and then we'll wrap it up like that. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
Sonic
Let's go.
Sonic 2, Furia Esports.
Let's go, and we are out of here on your
Thank
Hot
you, sir.
97 every day. That's my word.
So to wrap it up, whether you're revisiting classics or diving into new adventures, there's always something fresh in the world of gaming. Remember to stay true to your roots and keep gaming for real. This is the GOAT of the game, HipHopGamer, signing off from the 660. And remember, character is your currency. We out of here. Peace.